from Madhubanarang Cricket Club. It's a round of 16 match. The LMS World Champs 2024, live from the Gold Coast, Australia. A lot of cracking games today, and this is an all-Sydney affair. These teams know each other very well. They'll be a bit disappointed to have met each other so early in the knockout stages. They're both two of Sydney's best sides. A lot of tournament experience across both teams. Multiple Australia representative players and World Cup Masters representative players. So some real superstars involved in this game. Paddies won the toss and they'll be bowling first. Big injury yesterday for Spider Monkeys as they lost the talismanic Reece Longbottom to a hamstring injury. Big blow for the team and for him, the LMS Australia international Reece Longbottom. But sadly, that's probably his tournament over. So we've got to fill in here today from the Bow Desert Leagues. We'll introduce him a bit later, but he's a huge loss to have to be without Reece Longbottom. Lovely conditions here in Gold Coast. Bit cooler today. We've had some seriously hot weather. Sweaty conditions here at Mudgee. Grounds are built on a former swampland, so they really do get sticky when temperatures rise. Just having a look at the other round of 16 game underway over at the main Runaway Bay Cricket Club field. Tradies You Can't Trust got 167, including a home run from Reece Finn. So really good total. And then they have blitzed through the second 11 in the second innings. Second 11 currently 95 for 6 in the 17th over. So a big win there for Tradies You Can't Trust to take them through to the quarterfinals. Earlier on today, in other round of 16 games, we saw Nice Gary progress comfortably against the Bangladeshi team, BMC Victorians. Fargoff Youat had a fantastic win over the Kiwi champions, Champagne Cricket Club. So a shame to see the big Kiwis out of the tournament. Santon Royals showing their class. The South Africans against Humble Hibernators as they triumphed there. Masajami, the other South African team, also progressing comfortably against Nawa Warriors. As we say, Tradies You Can't Trust about to get up over the second 11. But here we're focusing on Paddies versus Spider Monkeys, the other Sydney team in this tournament. Western Swingers in action over at Runaway Bay 1 against the Afghan Warriors. So you can tune into that game in a few minutes' time from Runaway Bay 1. But we're focusing here on Spider Monkeys up against Paddies. As we see James Schoeffer, an Australia Masters representative player from the Barbados tournament earlier this year, going out to open the batting with the one and only Adil Hussain, who we know going way back to the old days of the leagues in England, but also when he opened the bowling and was the tournament's best bowler at the World Series in Chester 6 or 7 years ago. So some real stars out there. All Sydney affair here. Paddies up against Spider Monkeys. We'll be starting shortly. Going to be a left-right hand combination with the tall Adil Hussain opening. He batted well yesterday against the Tradies before he was out LBW. There's going to be Taran Matana to open the bowling for Paddies. Vast amount of experience on display out there today. Matana comes in. First delivery of this match. Right on the money first up. Adil Hussain off his legs. Single to start off proceedings. Matana has 95 wickets. An average of 21. Have a look at Adil Hussain's stats there. Averages 43 at a strike rate, 183 after almost 200 games of LMS. So vast experience for the tall Englishman. Although he's almost Australian. Be getting the citizenship soon in Australia. Remains to be seen if he'll be representing Australia at a future World Cup or if he sticks to his roots in England. Matana comes in for the second delivery against James Schoeffer. Cut outside the off stump. Good start there from Schoeffer. He looked to come back for two, but it would just be a single. If we have a look at the field here, we've got a backward square leg on the boundary. Deep square leg just in front. Not quite mid-wicket. Wide long on, a very wide long off. Deep cover. And a backward point. And that's the backward point. That will come around here to try and prevent the two. They should be able to come back for the second. Adil Hussain going quick, but they're comfortably home there. Good running from Schoeffer and Hussain. Have a look again at Matana's figures. 88 matches, 95 wickets, 21, and an excellent economy rate of 6.1. Matana comes in looking for the first wicket for Paddies. Outside off stump. That goes up in the air. Good fielding in the deep there, I think, from Mayo Kulkarni. Excellent work from him. Prevents the boundary down at deep backward point. He's more on the, almost on the 45. But now to the right-hander coming round to the backward square leg position. Field settings the same for both the left and the right-hander, just switching around between the strike. Matana comes in to end the over. It's played to backward point. Comfortably in. So even Stevens from the first over. 6 runs, no wickets. Tight stuff from Taran Matana. Hussain, Schoeffer on 4 and 2 apiece. We just see the tournament sponsors. Yeah, nah, coming up on the screen. Alcohol-free beer. Great to have those guys involved in this tournament. Really great tasting beer. A few varieties. Definitely worth you going out and trying. Thanks to the Yeah Nah guys for their support of this tournament. Here we have Vivek Nandigam coming on to bowl from Hyderabad. She runs LMS in Hyderabad. Really top draw all-round cricketer. On the money, straight up. Potentially going down the leg side there. Schoeffer survives a half appeal from the bowler, Nandigam. Nandigam's home city will be hosting the India Super Series in April next year. Schoeffer wide outside off stump. Hits it out to deep cover, just a single there. So if you're interested in entering that India Super Series, pulling together a team, it's going to be a great event on at the same time as the IPL. Third delivery of the second over. Nandigam coming into Adil Hussain. Loses line a bit there. Slides down the leg side. The first wide of the innings. Score moves on to 8. In the second over of this all-Sydney clash. Round of 16 game from the LMS World Champs 2024. Nandigam trying to get his lines right, comes in again. That's more like it, right on off stump. Slightly edgy down towards backward point. Think about the second, but good fielding in the deep from Kulkarni. Nandigam comes in once again. Looking for the first wicket of the innings. Down the leg side, that's going to be costly. That one's worth 3, so struggling with his lines here a bit. Vivek Nandigam, he's going to be disappointed. He's a very competitive cricketer. Nandigam comes in to end his first over. That's more on the money, maybe slipping down the leg side. Another strangled appeal. Rakesh Champala, the wicketkeeper, has to go chasing it, gets it back in. Champala, the captain of the Australia Masters team, one of the two teams that went over to Barbados earlier this year. It's a lot of LMS representation across the two sides. Paddies also reached the World Champs semi-final the last time the tournament was in Australia back in 2019. So they've got a lot of big tournament experience, these guys. Now it'll be Amit Kapoor into the attack. Bit of variation in the bowling early. I'd imagine that we're going to see Matana on for the next over after that tight first over. Maybe they'll be going round in threes here. Similar field settings to what I went through before. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket, very wide long on the leg side. They're not using the power play here, Paddies. 3 each side of the wicket. Kapoor comes in, outside off stump, first up, hit into the vacant point region. Backward point will come round, and good fielding there in the deep. They may be able to come back from 3 though. That's good running from the Spider Monkeys. Excellent urgency. Brings Schoeffer on strike. They run the first one hard, these two, and open up that opportunity. Just look at the right-handed field settings, pretty similar to the left-hander. Deep square leg, just behind square. Deep mid-wicket, long on, very wide long off. Deep cover, and a deep point on the boundary. As we said, Schoeffer, also a representative player for the Australia Masters team in Barbados earlier this year. Amit Kapoor, can he get the first Paddies wicket of the innings? Kapoor comes in, outside off stump. Edgy Chinese cut there from James Schoeffer. And lucky to get away with that. Unlucky for Kapoor not to pick up the first wicket of the innings. Wonderful facilities here at Madhurabanarang Cricket Club. Big shout out to all of the club here, ground staff and everyone else involved with the club for hosting this event in such great facilities, especially after all the rain that we had earlier in the week, to be able to get the grounds in superb nick. Many thanks to them. It could be coming back for 2 here. Bit slower in the deep. Batsman took advantage of the lack of urgency in the deep there to be able to come back for 2. It's confirmation that tradies you can't trust have progressed against the second 11 through to the quarter-finals. So big result there over at the Runaway Bay Cricket Club. But here we're at Mudgee. Into the leg side there. Amit Kapoor's gone after it, but unnecessary, as it's just a single. Schoeffer on strike for the last ball of the third over. Kapoor comes in, wide outside off stump, swings in though. Lovely movement there from Kapoor. Played back to him by Schoeffer respectfully. Brings an end to the third over, 22 for none. Even Stevens at the moment, the start of this all-Sydney clash in the round of 16 games. Adil Hussain currently on 13 not out, Schoeffer on 7. And who are we going to see on next to bowl? Well, I think we have Matana back into the attack. Bowled an excellent first over, just going for 6 runs off it. Really found his line and pace straight away. Squares up. Hussain. Bit of pace there. Kulkarni comes in. They're going to come back for two. Kulkarni throws it in. A direct hit there would have been interesting. Jampala let it go through. Worth the risk, though, for the Spider Monkeys. 2 leg buys. Score moves on to 24. Excellent ball there from Matana. I think Hussain a bit surprised by that extra pace there. Can Taran Matana follow up with the first wicket here for the Paddies? He's run through there. Hussain slumps over the old man. He'll have to get up straight for the next delivery, though. He's got a few overs to bowl. Still a very fit man. Matana comes in. Outside off stump. Slash towards the offside by Hussain. That's just going to be a single to deep point. Pushpinder Singh coming in to do the fielding. He's going to be a crucial player for Paddies in this game with his 4 overs of leg spin and solid batting in the middle order. He'll probably bat at number 4 for Paddies today. A lot of this game will depend on how Pushpinder Singh plays. But for now, we're looking at Matana coming in to bowl third delivery of a second over. Outside off stump, through to the keeper. An excellent delivery. Play and a miss from Schoeffer. 7 off 9 now for Schoeffer. 14 off 11 for Hussain. So Schoeffer will be keen to get one out the screws to get himself going. Into the offside there from Schoeffer. Just a single. Moves on to 8. 3.4 overs, 26 for none. Adil Hussain on strike. Last ball of Taran Matana's second over. He's bowled very well so far. Comes in right on. Just strangled appeal from Rakesh Jampala. It must have just clipped the backside of Adil Hussain. Saves what could have been a wide there. Looks possibly like Dave Winston could be the next man in, coming in at number 3 for Spider Monkeys. He's all padded up. It's a real shame with Reece Longbottom's injury yesterday on this ground against Tradies. Such an impact player, Longbottom. LMS Australia International. Real devastating to see him pick up that injury and not be able to play today. Out for the rest of the tournament. Huge blow for the Spider Monkeys, losing one of their most mercurial players. And can the Paddies make them pay? It's 4 overs, 26 for none. Run rate so far 6.5. But they're bowling well here. Excellent over there from Matana. He's now bowled his 2 overs for just 8 runs. Have Amit Kapoor back into the attack. So Vivek Nandigam just with the 1 over so far. Kapoor being preferred for the 5th over, and he comes in here again. Good line outside off stump. Hussain into the deep. Pushpinder Singh coming round from deep point. Good fielding between the 2 men out in the deep. Throw comes in. Tight stuff so far here from the Paddies. They haven't given any boundaries away yet. 4.2 overs, 29 for none. This match so far in the balance. In the early stages, Kapoor comes in right on the pads of Hussain there, who plays it down to long on for a comfortable single. Score moves on to 30. Kapoor comes in. Schoeffer hits it down the ground, doesn't quite time it. That'll go to long on. Moves into double figures now, James Schoeffer. Tight start here from Kapoor. Ending his 2nd over now. Played out to the offside there by Hussain. He moves on to 18 off 15 deliveries. Score moves on to 32. Quarter of the way through the First innings of this match, 5 overs, 32 for none. It's all in the balance at the moment. No side on top yet. James Schoeffer will feel that he will want to be getting going a bit. 10 off 12 balls so far. So I think we'll probably see a bit more expansiveness from Schoeffer in the next over or two. Second break already for these Spider Monkeys. Oldest team in the tournament, average age of 43, and they're showing it. 25 balls into the innings and they're already having to have breaks. Back-to-back games, though, throughout these tournaments in terms of day by day, so pretty tough for the old men. Fantastic to see them out there, though. They've been superstars of LMS for many years now. They've got a real chance here. If they can get through past Paddies, they've got quality across the team. The multiple Australia rep players and destructive lineup, both with bat and ball. Paddy's a very well-rounded team, though. They don't give much away. On the pads there, if you're saying. Plays into the leg side. They're going to look to come back for two. Fielder comes in from mid-wicket. Quick pick-up. Excellent running again. Another two for the Spider Monkeys. They're quick runners, Hussain and Schoeffer. This is Vivek Nandigam on for his second over. Struggled a bit with his lines in the first over, so can he get on the money here? Nandigam comes in. Beautiful lines there. Almost takes out the off stump. Play and a miss from Hussain. Unlucky for Nandigam. That was an excellent delivery for the Hyderabad man. .2 overs, 34 for none. It's all Sydney clash. Spider Monkeys versus Paddies. Nandigam comes in. Beautiful lines again. He's really got his rhythm now this over. Played out to mid-off. Just for the single. So let's see with Schoeffer now. I sense that he's going to start going after this now. He's faced 12 deliveries. He's got 10 runs. He'll be desperately keen for a boundary. That goes to the leg side. He's run the first one hard, but it's Pushpinder Singh coming in, and they'll be aware of that. One of the better fielders in the Paddies lineup. Not worth the risk for the Spider Monkeys. It's been an excellent second over so far from Vivek Nandigam. Can he finish it off with a wicket here? The first wicket of the game. Nandigam comes in just outside off stump. Hussain just carefully bunts it out to long off. Schoeffer looking to potentially come back for two, and he does, and that's a risky run. It's going to the bowler's end. Excellent work from James Schoeffer. Excellent awareness there. Ran the first one hard, and now that's 3 times that they've turned a single into 2. Really showing how to do it. Look at the bowling figures so far. Matana, Nandigam and Kapoor, each with 2 overs apiece. No one picking up a wicket yet. Matana, excellent stuff. Only 8 runs off his 10 deliveries so far. 6 overs, 38 for none in this all Sydney clash between Spider Monkeys and Paddies. So the 7th over, Amit Kapoor bowling again. He's bowled 2 overs, done 14 so far. Another single out to cover. Excellent stuff here from the Paddies. We've now had 31 legal deliveries of this innings. And no boundaries as yet. Can Hussain break that outside off stump? Plays it out to the deep. It's gone behind square. Pushpinder Singh comes back. Returns it to the keeper. 2 runs there. Good running again from Adil Hussain. It may not have hit the boundaries, but they've been really pushing these 2s, which has helped the run rate get to 6.4. They've got some serious hitters in the middle order, Spider Monkeys, with the likes of Ziad Abbas and Brad McGrath. They've got a lot of hitting to come. I don't think they'll be too worried. Hammud Kapoor, bit of a tweaker there. Ball hit out to long off. Good running again from the Spider Monkeys batsman. Another 2 for them, moves them on to 43 after 6.3 overs. Adil Hussain looking good. 27 off 21 deliveries now. That one goes, it's going to be a freebie for Hussain. A rare wide from the Paddies. 44 after 6.3 overs. Kapoor comes in. 4th delivery of his 3rd over. Tries the reverse sweep, Hussain. Gets a single for it. Tall man moves on to 29, the Englishman. Can Kapoor get the first Paddies wicket of this game? Comes in to end his 3rd over. It's a full bunger there, and that goes down to the boundary. So the first loose ball really from Amit Kapoor, and it's dispatched by Schoeffer for his first boundary to get him going. He moves on to 16 off 15 balls. 49 is the score for no loss after 7 overs, so a solid start now from the Spider Monkeys to build on. Pause between the overs, and this is the start of what could be a crucial spell in this match, with Pushpinder Singh Jasal coming in to bowl. Excellent leg spinner, veteran of multiple national champs, one of the best spinners in last man stands Australia, that's for sure. And this 4-over spell is going to be crucial as to how the rest of this match goes. Paddies will be delighted that they've got through the first 7 overs for only 49 runs without having to introduce Pushy. It's coming on in the 8th over. Starts right on the money. Hussain hits it out to the deep mid-wicket. They're going to try and come back for 2. They should make it. It's a decent throw in, but comfortable for Hussain. Now moves on to 31 off just 24 deliveries. He hasn't hit any boundaries yet, but he's really managed to turn a lot of these ones into 2. Lovely delivery, outside off stump, edge down a 3rd man. They should have had 2 there, but I think that was a bit of exhaustion creeping in. They've really pushed it hard. Teammates on the boundary weren't happy about them not coming back for 2 there, but they really have pushed it hard. They need a bit of a breather, clearly. Can Pushpinder Singh Jasal pick up the first Paddies wicket here of this innings? Loops that one up, played into the offside. It's in the gap as they're going to go all the way. The fielder comes round, dive, and it just beats him on the fence. So Schoeffer, another boundary for him. He's getting going now. Excellent cut shot there. He now moves on to 20 off 16, so he kept his head despite his slowish start, and now he's getting going with 2 boundaries and a 2 in his last 3 deliveries. Tense times here. We're over a third of the way through the innings. So Pushpinder Singh Jasal to bowl his 4th delivery. Schoeffer's got him away for a boundary already, which is a good result. That one's looped up. Schoeffer goes across the line this time. It's just going to be a single to mid-wicket. Doesn't quite get hold of it. Pushpinder comes in again, outside off stump, the quicker one there, shoots through. Excellent bowling there from the leg spinner. Completes a fine first over for him. Slightly blemished by the 1 boundary. 8 runs off it. Score is now 57 for none after 8 overs. Both these batsmen well set now. 32 not out for Adil Hussain. 21 not out for James Schoeffer. And I think it's going to be almost time for the fireworks here in this game, with both batsmen set and them knowing that they've got some serious big hitters in the sheds. This has now been a good start for Spider Monkeys. Reminder that the mercurial Reece Longbottom unfortunately tore his hamstring yesterday. So he's out for the rest of the tournament, the LMS Australia representative. Now we have Abhishek Sharma coming on to bowl. First delivery wide outside off stump. Big shot there from James Schoeffer. It's gone all the way. Dispatched over square leg for 6 runs by Schoeffer. He's really getting going now. Set a relatively slow start by his standards, but he's now moved on to 28 off 19 balls with a maximum to follow up the 2 fours. It's looking dangerous here. 64 for none now. The score after 8.1, and pressure on Abhi Sharma with a wide and a 6 of his first 2 deliveries. Can the big man recover with a wicket here? He comes in once again, tosses that one up. That's a full toss. Schoeffer has gone very hard. It's gone all the way over mid-wicket, and that's another 6 there. Back-to-back 6s for Schoeffer. Score moves on to 70 after 8.2. Well, it seems like no time ago when we were saying that it was 49 after 6 overs and Paddies would be delighted. In fact, I think it was 49 after 7 overs. So the last, if we have a look at the last 9 balls, how many have we had? 25 runs off the last 9 balls. So Spider Monkeys really putting the foot down here in terms of freeing up both these batsmen with their eye in now and attacking the 5th bowler, Abhishek Sharma. Real pressure on him now. Wide and 2 6s. He's got to land this one. He's a vastly experienced player, Abhishek. Sharma comes in again. Flatter delivery, well bowled by Sharma. That goes out to the offside. And I think that was put down at deep cover. It went to him very quickly. Yep, he's got his head on his hands. Look at Sharma. He's got over 200 wickets and an average of 24, so a vastly experienced player. He played for the India World Cup Masters team, Barbados. A big tournament experience. He's bounced back. A couple of excellent balls here from Sharma. Unlucky not to pick up a wicket in the deep on the previous delivery. Follows it up with a dot. Sharma to finish off the over. Can he take the first Paddies wicket of the innings? Flatter delivery again. Schoeffer goes high. Has he got enough on it? I think he has. That sailing over mid-wicket. 3 6s in the over from James Schoeffer. An expensive first over for Abhishek Sharma, going for 19 runs. James Schoeffer really accelerating now. 40 off 23 balls. Just shows the value of getting your eye in, particularly on a pitch like this. And now that he's got his eye in, a couple of boundaries and 3 6s, and all of a sudden he's on 40 off just 23 runs. Spider Monkeys in an excellent position now. 76 for none after 9 overs. What have Paddies got in response? They need a wicket here. They need the talismanic Pushpinder Singh to break this partnership. He's going to come on to bowl the next over. So 1 over remaining for the halfway point. Once again, waters have been carried out to the aged Spider Monkeys batsmen out there. They need a lot of breaks and fluids, these men, but Fair play to them. They've got an average age of 43, oldest team in the tournament. Also one of the more popular teams in the tournament. Veterans of multiple events overseas and here in Australia. Well-known side. In fact, we've got Maya Kulkarni to bowl the 10th over. So a bit of pressure on Kulkarni after that previous over with the 3 sixes in it. Can he help stem the tide? And more importantly, break this partnership. Important to get these batsmen out. Kulkarni, full toss first up. Adil Hussain hits it hard. Fielder comes round. Excellent stuff in the deep. Manages to keep it in, and that's just a single. Good teamwork together. For a moment, it looked like it was almost a chance for a catch. Fielder couldn't quite get round there, though. Kulkarni will be looking to land this one. There's been a few full tosses in the last couple of overs from Paddies. Monty Kulkarni. And that's a big, big hit there. Clears the fielder at long on. James Schoeffer moves on to 46 of 24 balls. He's really accelerating here. And this is potentially a match-defining innings early on. Paddies will be desperate for a wicket here. He's only 4 runs away from retirement, but a wicket would just raise their morale. It's been battered the last 7 or 8 balls with 4 sixes. Schoeffer eyes up Kulkarni. Goes hard again. That is a massive hit from James Schoeffer into the swamp. They're not going to find that ball. No chance. Full of snakes down there. Not worth the risk. And that brings a retirement of James Schoeffer. 52 of 25 deliveries. 2 fours and 5 maximums. He started steadily, and then once he had got his eye in, he eyed up the slower bowlers in the middle. Kulkarni, a veteran of LMS as well, 170 wickets at a decent average, but he can't prevent the retirement of James Schoeffer, who hits back-to-back sixes. In fact, 3 sixes in his last 4 balls as he retires on 52 of 25 deliveries. Well played, sir. There's no respite either for the Paddies as Mohammed Sheik, the current world #1 ranked batsman in last man stands, comes out at number 3. So goodbye Schoeffer. Hello world #1. Here we go. I think we're going to see a lot of fireworks, especially with guys like Ziad Abbas and Brad McGrath still waiting in the sheds. This is a very dangerous position here for Paddies. They've got a lot of experience, but they need to stem the flow of runs here. Kulkarni needs a wicket to turn the tide, and he's got a new batsman in. Kulkarni comes in, flatter delivery. Sheik goes across the line. He goes out to deep square leg. It's going to be 2 to get off the mark. 1 ball left until the halfway point, and it's been an excellent few overs here from the Spider Monkeys. They're really accelerating. Adil Hussain taking his time out there, catching a breath. Kulkarni, can he get the first Paddy's wicket? He comes in, flatter delivery way outside off stump, goes down to long on. That's just going to be a single to end the first half of this innings, and it's been a wonderful start for the Spider Monkeys. They've moved on to 92 without loss. They've got a man in the sheds with James Schoeffer retiring 52 from just 25 balls. Hussain, 33 off 27. He's well set, and he'll be looking for a 50 and to get there as quickly as he can. Mohammed Sheik, the world's #1 ranked batsman, currently out there. 3 after just 2 balls. Kulkarni ends his first over, 16 off it. Pick of the bowlers in the first 10, Taryn Matana, just 8 runs off his 2 overs. But they need something here, Paddies. They've got to keep their heads high, and they've got to turn this around as we go into the second half of this first innings. Reminder that you're joining us at the wonderful Mudgerubar Nerang Districts Cricket Club from the Gold Coast, Australia. Lovely cricket club and facilities. Mohammed Sheik down the ground, and that's a gap there. Long on comes round. He can't get round there. Vivek Nandigam. Switch of ends here. I'll take you through the field, but Mohammed Sheik played that excellently back over the bowler's head to the vacant region. Long off is very wide. He's coming a slightly straighter now. Long on, very straight now. Pushpinder Singh just out, loops it up there. That's gone down the pitch, and that is a big, big six into the sight screens. I thought for a moment it could be a chance of Vivek Nandigam in the deep, but it clears him by a good 12 yards. And now this is real pressure for the Paddies. Their talismanic spin bowler, Pushpinder Singh has just been hit for a 4, then a 6. He won't be used to this, but he's a vastly experienced first-grade cricketer here in Australia. So I'm sure he'll be able to bounce back, and Paddies need him to bounce back here. They're under real pressure. Looped up. Cheek goes down the ground. It goes straight again. Vivek Nandigam comes round, picks up the ball quickly, throws it back in. Is there going to be a chance of a run out here? Almost, but excellent running again by Adil Hussain, taking a risk for the team. Cheek loops that up. It's gone up in the air. The bowler's going to come round. He won't be able to get there. Just drops off the square. Matter of inches for Pushpinder Singh couldn't quite get there. Cheek moves on to 16 off just 6 deliveries. Guy really is taking his time with his gloves here, Adil Hussain. Making sure that he gets every break he can. The left-hander up against Pushpinder Singh. Can he get the first Paddies wicket? Bit of a warning there for the Mankad. Pushpinder comes in. Big swing from Hussain. Excellent bowling from the leg spinner. Moves it away. End of the 11th over. 105 for none. Spider Monkeys looking on top here, but still a long way to go. 9 overs to come. Can Paddies pull themselves back into this game as they seek to be the first Sydney side to reach the quarterfinals in this tournament? Reminder that in the last World Champs in Australia, Paddies reached the semi-final, which they lost to Bajrangi, the Indian eventual champions, down at the iconic Bradman Oval in Bowral. Today, we're at the beautiful ground of Mudgeeraba Nerang Cricket Club here on the Gold Coast, Australia. Lovely conditions, cooler day today, temperature in the high 20s. And now we have Taran Matana, the opening bowler, back into the attack. Paddies need something. That's wide outside off stump, gets through to the keeper. He's bowled 11 deliveries for just 8 runs. Paddies need a wicket. Excellent angle as we watch Matana come in. Second delivery of his 3rd over. Straighter that one. That goes out to cover. They may be able to come back for 2. This could be interesting. No, they're going to do it comfortably. More good running from the Spider Monkeys. Adil Hussain really pushing his teammate out there. He's got 33 off 28, but he's really added value in the amount of 2s that he's run, Hussain. Help keep the scoreboard ticking very well for the Spider Monkeys in amongst the flurry of 4s and 6s. From the other end, James Schoeffer. That will go out to wide, long off. Just a single there. After this over, I'll just give you an update on proceedings in other round of 16 matches as we have another Sydney side in the national champions, Western Swingers, in action at the moment over at Runaway Bay Cricket Club. But Matana here at Mudgee comes in on the money there. Excellent bowling from Matana. Hussain was trying to play it away to the leg, and the opening bowler strikes the first blow for Paddies. They needed him to come back on and do something, and he has. He's bowled brilliantly so far, Matana. 2.4 overs. 1 wicket now for just 11 runs. He's got out the sets batsman, Adil Hussain. They need to turn the tide, and that's going to be hard for them to do with big Bradley McGrath coming into bat. Big, bad Brad McGrath. One of the most destructive hitters in LMS cricket globally. We saw him in action for Australia over in Kenya in the LMS World Cup in June. Also one of the standout players at the Rhino Cup in Kenya that June. Veteran of multiple world champs. He got his Australia spot on the back of his strong performances at the previous world champs 2019 in Sydney. It's not the kind of man that you want to see coming to the crease with the score at 108 for 1 after 11.4 overs following the retirement of James Schoeffer. But let's just, while we have that pause in play, see what we got with the Western Swingers score at the moment. Just watch this ball first from Matana. He comes into Brad McGrath, the LMS Australia International. That's wide outside off stump. So that's going to be a freebie. The Western Swingers, the Australia champions and the other Sydney team in this tournament, currently are on 59 runs for 2 wickets after 8.3 overs up against the locally based Afghan Warriors from the Gold Coast. 60 for 2 after 8.3 overs for the Western Swingers. Here we are though at Mudgery Bar, Nerang District Cricket Club, World Champs 24, round of 16 game. Between Paddies and Spider Monkeys, both from Sydney. Slight pause again between overs. Sorry, not even between overs. We've got one ball left of Matana's third over. He's bowled excellently so far. Just 12 runs off his 2.4 overs. Comes in. Can he get another wicket? That's outside off stump. Well taken by Rakesh Jampala behind the stumps. Surprised Brad McGrath there. And that's a fine end to the third over for Taran Matana. 1 for 12 for him. We just look at the bowling lineup. Matana is 3 overs, 1 for 12. Vivek Nandigam's bowled 2. Amit Kapoor, 3, none for 25. An expensive over from Abhishek Sharma and Maya Kulkarni. And Pushpinder Singh Desal, the other bowler, bowling 2 so far. They need another wicket here to continue this slight momentum shift. They needed to bounce back, and they've done that, Paddies. If we look at the last 8 deliveries, they've only gone for 5 runs. And we've had the clean bowled wicket of Adil Hussain. Now Pushpinder Singh Desal into Mohammad Sheik, the world's number 1 batsman. And he has absolutely clobbered that over mid-wicket. A maximum there for Mohammad Sheik. It's his second 6, and he moves on to 25 from just 10 balls, just as we were talking about the momentum shift. Well, Mohammad Sheik showing why he's the world's number 1 ranked batsman. The Sydney side are leathering that over mid-wicket, and against a class first-grade bowler, Pushpinder Singh Desal. That one has gone through mid-wicket for another boundary. He moves to 29 off 11 balls. This is dangerous for the Paddies. Sheik is on the charge. Well, can we bounce back here? Pushpinder Singh Desal will not be used to this. 2.2 overs so far. There's a big, big appeal there. The umpire is not interested. Both the keeper and the bowler with a big appeal there against Mohammad Sheik. Good comeback from Pushpinder. Can he get the second wicket that Paddies desperately need? That is a big, big hit over mid-wicket from Mohammad Sheik. Responds, puts the pressure back on the bowler. Well, there you go. Things only going one way at the moment, and this is a bit of trouble for the Paddies. They know Spider Monkeys well from the Sydney Leagues. They would have been a bit disappointed to meet them straight up in the round of 16 stage. But things aren't going their way so far. They've got to keep their heads, and they've got to keep this down to a manageable total. That's another big hit from Mohammad Sheik. He's really got after Pushpinder Singh Jasal this over. Another maximum for the Spider Monkeys. Mohammad Sheik really on the charge here at Mudgee Cricket Club. He's moved to 41 off just 14 balls, 4 maximums and 2 boundaries. The world #1 ranked batsman showing his class out there, and against the top draw bowler, arguably the best spin bowler in LMS Australia, has just been hit in that over for 22 runs. Things only going one way at the moment. It's now over 10 runs and over the run rate. 13 overs gone, 131 for 1. Spider Monkeys on the charge. Big Brad McGrath out there. Difficult situation here. Vivek Nandigam, the Hyderabad man, back into the attack, and he's bowling spin now. McGrath's gone hard. It's going to drop safely in the covers. Unlucky for Nandigam. Excellent ball. Can Nandigam get the second wicket here that Paddies so desperately need? Over in the other round of 16 game, Western Swingers, the other Sydney side, currently 72 for 3 after 10 overs. Danny Batcher going well on 35, not out. That's a massive hit from Mohammad Sheik. Again, over the leg side. The spin is not working against Mohammad Sheik. Vivek Nandigam has been absolutely dispatched with a hard hit, flat 6 over mid-wicket. That's his 6th maximum. Mohammad Sheik, the world's #1 ranked batsman, is now on 47 after just 15 deliveries. He's really on the charge, and things looking exceptionally dangerous here for Paddies. Nandigam comes in, desperate for a wicket. Bit flatter there, outside off stump. Mohammad Sheik into the offside, out to deep extra cover. Bit of respite there with a single. And it brings Brad McGrath on strike. Comes in again, Nandigam. Outside the off stump, that's gone behind point. They should be able to come back for 2. He's had a bit of a limp, we're seeing there with Brad McGrath. We hope not. He's had a few injuries lately, Brad, so we hope that he's not got another twinge there. But anyway, 4 balls gone in the 14th over. He's a strong man. He'll be able to survive whatever. Vivek Nandigam to the big Sydney sider. I think it is a bit of a shuffle and a limp there from Brad McGrath, but he's got back for 2. Moves on to 6 off 5 deliveries, and that's the end of the 14th over. 143 for 1. Another solid over for the Spider Monkeys with a maximum off it. Mohammad Sheik just 2 away from retirement now. He's on 48 from just 16 deliveries. This will be one of the quickest 50s of the world champs so far here in the Gold Coast, Australia. One more hit and he's going to be retiring, but there won't be much relief for the Paddies with Ziad Abbas, the LMS Australia international representative and one of the biggest hitters in the country, coming in as soon as Mohammad Sheik retires. So certainly no respite. This is Adith Sundaresh coming on to bowl his first over. Tough conditions to bowl your first over when you're up against Mohammad Sheik in this kind of form. Outside off, and it's a dot ball to start from Sundaresh. Sundaresh, can he get the second Paddies wicket here? Round arm bowling, and that's got through Mohammad Sheik, and he has got the decisive wicket. comes on, second delivery, shows the other bowlers how to do it, right through the world #1 ranked batsman who has to depart for a wonderful 48 off just 18 deliveries, including 5 massive sixes, 4 over the mid-wicket boundary, the other one straight down the ground into the sight screen. But as we say, there's not much respite here. Out goes Mohammed Sheik, in comes Ziad Abbas, the one and only Ziad Abbas, LMS Australia international. We've seen him hit him out of stadiums all around the world, in India, England. Now he's here on the Gold Coast, Australia, and he's coming in at perfect time for his team. Well set, 14.2 overs, 143 for 2 after the brilliant innings of Mohammed Sheik. Comes to a premature end, 48 off 18 balls. And out there we've got 2 Australia international players, Brad McGrath and Ziad Abbas. Slight glitch with the scoring with Ali Abbas out there instead of the world-famous Ziad Abbas. So don't be distracted by alternative stats if you see them coming up or if you're looking on the scorecard. A tentative prod first up from Abbas. He does like to get his eye in. As I say, just as a random side thing, let's look at Ali Abbas, another player in the Spider Monkeys team. He averages 28, but that's not big Ziad out there. Completely different player. Good for us to have a look at the bowler, Adis Sundaresh. 58 wickets and an average of 30. But he's got a very important wicket here. Sundaresh getting out the world #1 ranked batsman, Mohammed Sheik. Sundaresh comes in to end his first over, flat and outside off stump. Well, that bowling has worked well for them this over. Brilliant first over from Sundaresh. Just 2 runs off it and a wicket. That's exactly what the Paddies needed as they try and haul their way back into this game after a absolute blitz from the Spider Monkeys. 10 sixes hit so far off the bats of Schoeffer and Mohammed Sheik. 5 sixes apiece. Who we got coming into the bowling attack now? We've got Taran Matana, the opener. He's had an excellent spell so far. This will be his final over. He's only gone for 12 runs off his first 3. Clean bowled Adil Hussain in his third over, and he comes in here, Matana, to finish a fine spell. Brad McGrath respectively plays it out to Mario Kulkarni at deep point. Just a single there. If we look at the field settings, deep backward point, deep square leg, deep mid-wicket, straightish long on the boundary, wide long off, and an extra cover on the boundary. 15.1 overs. 146 for 2 the score. Matana comes in. Can he pick up his second wicket? Absolutely nailed between extra cover and long off there by Brad McGrath. Apologies, by Ziad Abbas. Just shows the power of the man. Just a hint of width. There's not much room between those 2 fielders there on the boundary. Only about 30 metres. Neither of them had a chance. That was like a bullet going to the boundary. Matana comes in. Can he get out the big Australia international? Through to the keeper. Excellent bowling from Matana. A reminder that both of these batsmen out there are Australia representative players, having played in the Kenya World Cup back in June. Both very strong men. The massive hit on them. Matana comes in. Can he get a vital wicket? That's a full bunger. It goes out to extra cover. That's just going to be a single. So that leaves 1 ball left in Taran Matana's excellent spell. The opening bowler has only gone for 18 runs off almost 4 overs. And that's out of a score of 151 in 16 overs. So terrific stuff from Matana. He's got an economy rate of under 5 in this spell. Can he finish it on a high with a wicket up against Brad McGrath? Matana comes in, full bunger. Brad McGrath can't get it away. That's just going to go out to the covers for a single to complete an excellent spell there. Taran Matana take a bow, 4 overs, 1 for 19. Terrific stuff. Score is now 152 for 2 after 16 overs. Over in the other round of 16 game featuring a Sydney side over at Runaway Bay Cricket Club. 12 overs down there. Western Swingers going well, 103 for 3. Danny Batcher 39 not out. Akshay Narwal with a quick fire 21 off 13 balls. But back here at Mudgeeraba and Nerang Districts Cricket Club, 152 for 2 after 16 overs. Can Paddies produce a tight last 4 overs as they try and haul their way back into this game? Adit Sundaresh, wicket in his first over, slides that one through to deep point just for a single. It's a deep extra cover, a wide long off, straight long on, deep mid wicket, deep square leg, no one behind square at all. Ziad Abbas up against Sundaresh. He's gone for the big hit there and he gets away with it. Almost another wicket for Adit Sundaresh. Oh, they're going for the other run. Bit of a mix-up between the batsmen there. Come back for a 2 there. Sorry, a 3. So 16.2 overs, 156 for 2 now the Spider Monkeys in this all-Sydney clash at the World Champs 2024 from Gold Coast, Australia. Sundaresh has had a tight spell so far. They needed to stem the tide of runs. Taran Matana and Sundaresh have managed to do that in the last 2.5 overs. But they've still got another 3.5 overs to keep putting the pressure on. Brad McGrath now on 10 runs off 9 deliveries, looking for his first boundary. Adit Sundaresh comes in. Another slider through. Just a single there. Fielder comes in. He's going to push back Brad for the second run. Comes into the keeper. Good throw in. Almost a run out there, but Brad McGrath survives, moves on to 12 not out. Good stuff here from the Paddies. Fighting back well as they seek to try and keep this score down to a manageable level. They've got 2 big hitters in the side and a lot of other batting. They'll be reliant on Vivek Nandigam to get it out the screws early, though, I think, if they're going to have any chance of chasing down this exceptionally high total from the Spider Monkeys. And it could go even higher with 2 of the biggest hitters in LMS Australia out there. Brad McGrath on strike now. Goes down the ground. That's the long off. That's a terrific hit. Has cleared the boundary by 12 yards into his teammates over long off. Brad McGrath now on the charge. His first maximum of the innings moves him on to 18 off 11 balls. And this signals danger. Adit Sundaresh had excellent figures before that 6. Now he has 1 for 14 after 1.4. Pressure on the bowler. A wicket here would be massive. Sundaresh comes in, puts it short, out to a backward point. The fielder comes round. It's going to be 2 runs there. McGrath shuffling back. Takes the score on to 166 for 2 with 3 overs to go. In this context, Paddies will be desperate to try and keep the score down to below 185, but that's going to be a tough ask for them. Did well in the first 7 overs, limiting the Spider Monkeys to 49 runs. However, since then, there's been almost 120 runs in the last 10 overs. As Mohammed Sheik led the charge, 48 off 18 balls from the world #1 ranked batsman, following up from his teammate James Schoeffer, who retired for a 25-ball 52. Both Sheik and Schoeffer hitting 5 maximums apiece. An absolute blitz from the Spider Monkeys. And now we see Pushpinder Singh back into the attack. The high-grade spinner, high-class spin bowler, looking to turn around this spell. He's gone for 44 runs off his 16 deliveries so far, so he'll be desperate for a wicket here. Pushpinder Singh comes in. Lovely delivery. Almost cleans up Brad McGrath. Goes through the keeper, Rakesh Jampala. They'll just walk through for a single there. It's a good start to his final over. Pushpinder Singh be desperate for a wicket to make his figures look a bit more pretty. Just a bye there. The long on is almost straight behind the bowler's arm now. Just on the leg side slightly. The wide long off very close to an extra cover on the boundary. Ziad Abbas goes straight down the ground. Long off, comes round, he's watching the ball, but he can't quite get there. Clears the boundary. Ziad Abbas, the Australia international, with his first maximum, moves on to 16 off just 8 balls. They're looking dangerous now. Small margins. Long off almost got round there for the catch, but it just had enough on it to drop a couple of yards over the boundary. He's eyeing up those straight hits here against Pushpinder Singh, who comes in. Flatter delivery, outside off stump. That's going to go out to deep point. Should just be a single, but they've run the first one hard and they're going to come back in the end. An easy 2 for the Spider Monkeys and Brad McGrath and Ziad Abbas, both looking the part out there at the moment. They've each got a 6 on their account already. With 2.1 overs left, this is a dangerous situation for the Paddies. Pushpinder Singh comes in to finish his spell. Edge past the keeper. Rakesh Jampala after it. They're going to look to come back for 2, and they do come back for 2. Moves Abbas onto 20, the same as his teammate McGrath. 2 overs to go. Score is 178. Just look at the bowling figures there. So who are we going to have to bowl the last 2 overs? Amit Kapoor has an over left, as does Vivek Nandigam. Adi Sundaresh has got 2 left. We just see out there who is going to bowl the penultimate over. No one looks that keen to. Someone's being sent in. This is dangerous conditions to bowl up against a charging Brad McGrath and Ziad Abbas. So Adi Sundaresh will be on to bowl his 3rd over. He's had a good spell so far. 1-6 hit off him, but he's bowled tightly. And he got the all-important wicket of Mohammed Sheik, albeit just 2 runs before the world number 1 was about to retire. $18 overs gone. 178 for 2. Spider Monkeys run rate just under 10 and over. It's been an excellent innings from them so far. Sundaresh comes in flat, outside off. Brad McGrath fires that down the ground. Vivek Nandigam tries to field it with his feet. Ends up just kicking the ball over the boundary. He'll be disappointed with that. 18.1 overs, 182 for 2. Sundaresh not looking too happy, the bowler there. Should have been 1 there. Ends up being 4. The momentum continues to go the way of the Spider Monkeys. Brad McGrath picks up his first boundary there to add to his 6. He moves on to 24-14 now. Outside off, he's absolutely belted that to cover in the deep, taken 1 yard inside the boundary. It's a good innings from Brad McGrath, but it's had to come to an end. 24 off 15 balls. Extra cover, calmly taking it. Not much celebration there from the Paddies players. And here we have another LMS legend coming out to the crease, Mohammed Hammud. Some of you remember him from the World Champs in 2013 back in England. He's played a lot of LMS in his career, Mohammed Hammud. A real LMS legend and a lovely man to boot. He's coming back out there. Or coming out there now for the closing stages. Just 8 deliveries left in this innings. To join big Ziad Abbas out in the middle. 182 after 18.2 overs. Good knock there from Brad McGrath. 1-4, 1-6 in his 24 off 15. So that is Sundaresh. Can he pick up a 3rd wicket? He's bowled well so far. Comes in, flattish ball outside the offside. It's a backward point there. They'll come back for 2, but this could be a bit tight. Rakesh Jampala gathers the ball but can't complete a run out there. So Mohammed Hammud with 2 from his first delivery. As we look at this, 415 matches for Hammud, almost 10,000 runs. An average of 39 at a strike rate of 168. 75 career 50s. Excellent stats there for Mohammed Hammud, one of the veterans of LMS Sydney, all the way back to the early seasons in 2009 when the competition first started in Australia. Sundaresh has had a good spell here. 2 for 22 off his 2.4 overs. Can he finish his third over well? They're using the power play with long on coming very, very straight. They've now got a mid-wicket, a long on, a man behind the bowler and a long off. Ziad Abbas has belted that out to mid-wicket. Almost breaks the man's ribs. I think that has really hurt him. Or has that hit his face? This could be a really nasty injury. Ziad Abbas even going out towards the player in the deep. I think he has copped this very nastily in the head. This is worrying to see as all the players come forward. I think he's going to have to come off this player. It's Ziad Abbas returning, the fielder signalling that he's okay, but that was a very nasty hit in the face. The ball just seemed to shoot up at him off the outfield. That shows the power of Ziad Abbas, but meanwhile that brings an end to the 19th over. The score now 186 for 3 for the Spider Monkeys. Ziad Abbas looking dangerous, 21 off 11 deliveries so far. And who do we have coming on to bowl the last over now? I think we're going to have Amit Kapoor to bowl the last. Be interesting to see how this over goes. So they've obviously preferred the bowling of Amit Kapoor than the quicker bowling of Vivek Nandigam, probably feeling that the quicker bowling of Nandigam will come off the bat harder, faster. So it's going to be Kapoor to finish the innings for Paddies. Up against the Spider Monkeys. Comes in, toss outside off stump. Abbas reaches for it. That's just going to be a single out to extra cover. 4 deliveries remaining in this fine Spider Monkeys innings. They're on 187 for 3. As they seek to become the first Sydney side this tournament to reach the quarterfinals. It's fallen down, Mohammed Hammud, leaving his bat and cap. Oh, and he's running back again. Manages to get the 2 nonetheless. Bit of a wry grin from Hammud. Lost everything there in that tumble. .2 overs, 189 for 3 the Spider Monkeys score. 3 deliveries left. Can they get up over 10 and over? Amit Kapoor comes in. Mohammed Hammud has absolutely belted that one down the ground. Has he got enough on it? Long on looking. Just can't quite get it. Just drops over the boundary. Can't keep it in. That was very difficult out there in the deep. No chance really for the catch. And Mohammed Hammud has got going with a maximum. He becomes the 5th Spider Monkeys player to hit a 6 or more today. Hammud moves on to 10 off just 4 deliveries. Kapoor comes in. Wide outside off stump. Can't get hold of it there, Mohammed Hammud, which leaves him facing the last delivery. Apologies, that is a wide. So there'll be 2 deliveries remaining with that wide. Will he try and get Ziad Abbas on strike for the home run hit? Amit Kapoor comes in. Flattered delivery. Mohammed Hammud goes to the leg side. Mid-wicket will pick it up. They're just going to jog through for the single. They'll know that Ziad Abbas probably has more chance of clearing the ropes for the home run. A reminder, last ball of the innings here. If this is hit for 6, it's a home run, which is worth 12. This would take the Spider Monkeys up over 200. They're on 197 for 3 in this wonderful innings. Ziad Abbas belts that down the ground, and he has the home run straight back over the bowler's head. The maximum from Ziad Abbas moves him on to 34 off just 13 deliveries. A home run there moves the Spider Monkeys on to 209 for 3 after 20 overs. A real rollicking there for the Paddies. They'd started pretty tidily the first 7 overs and then just an avalanche of 6s. In the end, 14 sixes from the Spider Monkeys, including the home run, as they accelerated to 209 for 3. Massive score. This is going to be a very difficult run chase for Paddies, but they've got to believe in themselves to try and get through to the quarter-final stage. Amit Kapoor finishes with figures, none for 48 from his 4 overs. Mohammed Hammud unbeaten on 12 at the end, but the star of the show in the late hitting was Ziad Abbas as he hits a home run to move to 34 not out from just 13 deliveries. Here at Mujarabar Narang Cricket Club, 209 for 3 after 20 overs. It's going to be a tough run chase in the second innings. So here we are, up for the second innings of the Spider Monkeys versus Paddies All Sydney affair in this World Champs 2024 round of 16 knockout game. It's a tough ask here for the Paddies. They're going to need 210 runs to win this game. An absolute blitz from the Spider Monkeys. Schoeffer retired 52 off 25. 5 maximums. The world number 1 ranked batsman Mohammad Sheik, 5 maximums in his 18 ball 48. Brad McGrath chipped in with 24 off 15 balls. Adil Hussain had a solid 33 to start the innings before big Ziad Abbas at the end hit a home run to move to 34 off 13. We've got to clarify this information, but there's rumours abound that Ziad Abbas has now moved into the highest number of home runs ever hit by an LMS player. That information was given to us by the player himself, so we have to verify the accuracy of this information, but we'll get it out there. Just look at the team stats. National ranking of 14 for the Spider Monkeys and 25 for Paddies. They've never won an Australian championship, either of this team, but they've always been there or thereabouts in recent years, particularly in a lot of big tournament experience. And out there we have Monty Kulkarni up front with Vivek Nandigam, the man from Hyderabad, the LMS Hyderabad manager. They'll be hosting the India Super Series in April during the IPL, so if you want to get over to India to play in the IPL, watch a bit of IPL and play in the India Super Series, get in touch. The one and only Adil Hussain to open the bowling for Spider Monkeys. His career in LMS goes way back to the early days in England. Star of many big tournaments in the past. Opened the bowling for England in the World Series in Chester. A real class act. Maybe well into his 40s now, but he's still a rapid bowler. So many skills as well, despite his pace. Have Paddy's got what it takes here to overfall this massive victory target of 210? If they're going to do that, they certainly need Vivek Nandigam, who's up front there at number 1 for the Paddies, to really charge early. He's their biggest hitter. Well, here we go. So, required run rate of 10.5 and over. Pressure on the Paddies, especially when you're facing up against Adil Hussain. First up, he's got to spear in everything on the stumps or just outside off. A remarkably consistent bowler, Adil Hussain. He comes in to bowl the first delivery of the second innings of this Cup round of 16 game. Well played by Vivek Nandigam. Out to the point fielder. It's a power play at the moment. First 4 overs can be a fielding power play. So we've got a wide, fine leg and a deep mid-wicket. They're the only 2 on the leg side with 4 fielders on the offside, including a fine third man. Monty Kulkarni to face the second delivery. Another representative player from the India World Cup Masters team from Barbados earlier this year. Hussain in. Lovely shot there from Kulkarni. Just into the covers for a single. So both batsmen off the mark with their first deliveries. So we just have a look at Mail Kulkarni's stats. Almost 300 innings in LMS. Almost 10,000 runs at an average of 56 and a strike rate of 158. Excellent stats. Hussain comes into Vivek Nandigam onto his pads. Just a leg by single there. Shout out to the 2 umpires. Let's have a look at Adil Hussain's stats first. 187 matches, 167 wickets and an average of just 18 and an economy under 5. Unbelievable stuff there for Adil Hussain as he comes in seeking Spider Monkey's first wicket. Outside off stump, beautifully played by Mayo Kulkarni. 1 bounce over the ropes at point. Well, that's one way to play the pace of Adil Hussain. Kulkarni moves on to 5 off 2 deliveries. And shout out to the umpires out there, Rob Krusty Krustvar and Rob Hayter, two veterans of LMS umpiring, despite Rob Hayter only still being a young man. Have umpired many Australia champs over the years here in the Gold Coast, and terrific to see the two Robs out there today. One ball left in the first over. Kulkarni has started well. Can he get back-to-back boundaries? They're moving the fielders around a bit. They've got a deep backward point and another deep point just in front of square. No one in the covers. A third man. This is going to be pacey outside off stump, but he pulls up short for the delivery. Hussain into Monty Kulkarni. On his legs, slips down the leg side, so that's a freebie for the Paddies, and they need as many freebies as they can get if they're going to have a chance of overhauling this massive total. So they're saying to finish the first over once again, or attempt to. Well, either way he will, because we've had the first wide in the over. A reminder that you can only have a maximum of 6 deliveries in LMS. In an over, second wide worth 3. That goes behind square. Fielder picks it up cleanly. Excellent fielding there in the deep. Single to finish the over. 9 for none, the Paddies, in the first over of their run chase, requiring 210 to beat the Spider Monkeys. Some serious legends here in this game from across the two sides. Veterans of multiple tournaments, all terrific men. True ambassadors of last man stands cricket. Even in Adil Hussain's sulkiest times, he's an iconic player in LMS. One of the greats. Now we see big Ziad Abbas into the bowling attack. Smashed a home run off the last delivery of the first innings, worth 12, as he blitzed 34 runs from just 13 deliveries. Now he's opening the bowling. Saw him keeping yesterday as well. Terrific all-round cricketer, big Ziad. Reminder that he is the Australia international player from the Kenya World Cup in June. Respectfully played down the ground there by Vivek Nandigam. We just have a look over at the Western Swingers game up against Afghan Warriors. The Swingers have had an incredible recovery in that game. They were looking in a little bit of trouble. Let's just see Ziad's ball down the leg side. That would be a wide. Adil Hussain lets it through the gloves. Well, that's an interesting thing when you've got one opening bowler keeping to the other opening bowler. Well, that's last man stands cricket for you. All action men out there. That's the end of the Western Swingers innings in the other round of 16 match. Let's just watch this. Out to the offside. Beautifully hit to the covers. Well fielded in the deep. They'll come back for 2 anyway. So the Western Swingers have ended up with a massive 192 for 6 after their 20 overs, boosted by Gus Sloan's 41 off 17 balls and Sudhakar Senathapile's 38 off 18 balls. So big total there as they recovered well late in their innings, Western Swingers. That is a big hit on this ground there. It goes all the way. Monty Kulkarni means business out there. He's literally come out with a bang. He's already hit a boundary on the offside. Now he's just smashed a maximum over long on. Terrific stuff from Maya Kulkarni. They need quick runs. He's aware of that. Can he follow it up again? Ziad Abbas, how can he respond? Comes in on the pads. Just played into the offside. They'll be happy with a single there as Monty Kulkarni moves on to 17 off 8 balls. End of the second over, 21 for none. We look at Ziad Abbas's figures, 350 wickets and an average of 23, an economy of 6. Best figures, 5 for 18. 20 times he's got 3 wicket hauls. He's a true legend of last man stands and a gentleman off the pitch as well. Terrific guy, Ziad. Great to see him out there opening the bowling for Spider Monkeys in this World Champs. The 2 batsmen now on 10. both off 6 balls. Apologies with the... there was a glitch in the scoring there. I was a bit confused, but it was Vivek Nandigam who hit that 6, not Monty Kulkarni. Nandigam goes hard in the offside. He smashed that towards cover. Will it beat the fielder? Excellent fielding in the deep. Manages to prevent the boundary. So just the 2 runs there. Wonderful fielding at deep extra cover. So just to clarify, a slight scoring glitch there. It was Vivek Nandigam that hit that 6, not Monty Kulkarni. So both opening batsmen going well. Charges down the wicket. Nandigam can't connect there. That's a dot ball. Adil Hussain bowling the second over. Sending the other opening bowler, Ziad Abbas, back behind the stumps once again. Hussain into Nandigam. Can he pick up the first wicket? The Spider Monkeys bowling innings. Nandigam goes to leg side, doesn't quite get hold of it. Just be the single out there to deep square leg. Adil Hussain comes in once again. The tall English bowler right on the money there. Kulkarni can't get it away, just slightly off the square for a single. Scores 25 after 2.4 overs. Can't afford to get too behind the run rate here, the Paddies. They've really got to keep this up at 10 and over. They need 185 runs from 86 balls. So that's a real tough ask. Just got to keep hitting and believing. That is a massive shot there, but has he got enough on it? He hasn't. The fielder comes in, dives forward, can't quite take the catch. A magnificent effort in the deep. I thought he had really got hold of that, Vivek Nandigam. But in the end, it's a missed chance for the Spider Monkeys. 3 overs, 26 for none. Chasing 210 to win. Tomorrow will be the quarterfinals of this LMS World Championships here on the Gold Coast. And then finals day on Sunday, the 15th of December. So we've got a change of bowling here for the Spider Monkeys, with Dave Winston coming into the attack to bowl the 4th over. Big shot there from Nandigam to welcome Winston into the attack. He's cleared square leg. He made room, moved across, and then the slog sweep, easily clearing the fence there into the marshy swamp. A brave Spider Monkeys player goes and approaches the ball in amongst the snakes. Manages to survive and throws the ball back in. Nandigam now moves on to 20 off 11 balls with his second maximum. As we said earlier, if Paddies are going to chase these runs, they need Nandigam to retire and retire quickly. Winston, how can he respond? Having been dispatched for 6 of his first delivery, that's a flat ball. Nandigam has got that one fine. There's no fine leg. That's going to run away for 4. So another boundary to the Paddies. Nandigam moves on to 24 off 12 balls. Just what Paddies need here. They need a big couple of overs at least. Well, a big few overs in succession to really believe. .36 for none after 3.2 overs. That's out to the offside, and that's just going to be a single. Winston with 2 deliveries left of his first over. Comes in here. Outside off stump, played behind square. Ziad Abbas, the captain, will field it himself. Just a single there. So to finish off Winston's first over, Spider Monkeys favourites for this match at the moment after their massive score of 209 in the first innings. A valiant effort so far from Paddies. They haven't lost a wicket yet. They've hit 2 4s and 2 6s. Winston comes in round the wicket, but he's cleared the leg again. Has he got enough on that though? Fielder can't quite get round there. He jumps on the boundary, but can't prevent the 6. Nandigam looking good out there with his third 6. Moves on to 31 from 14 deliveries. Score is now 44 for none after 4 overs. So Paddy is ahead of the required run rate of 10.5 and over as it stands now, but there's a long way to go. 16 overs to go and 166 runs required. But terrific stuff so far from this opening pair. Really making a good fist of things. Kulkarni will now be on strike for the start of the 5th over, which will be bowled by the captain Ziad Abbas. Beautifully played into the offside. Fine ball down to Hammud, a wide third man. Just a single there. Ziad Abbas comes in once again outside the off stump. He's hit that down the ground. Is it got enough into the gap? Nope. Long off will come round. So 2 runs there for Vivek Nandigam. Moves him on to 33 off just 15 deliveries. He's the danger man here for the Paddies. They desperately need him to get to 50 and get to 50 quick to launch this innings. Into the offside there. Just a single out to backward point. Score moves on to 48 after just 23 deliveries. Good start here from the Paddies, but they've got a long way to go. Abbas plays it out to cover. Monty Kulkarni for another single. It's a good over here from Ziad Abbas, the skipper for the Spider Monkeys. Can he finish it well with a wicket? This would be the big wicket. Vivek Nandigam, if he goes before getting to 50, that would be a hammer blow for Paddy's chances. He tries the reverse sweep there, unorthodox, dot ball, brings an end to a fine over from Ziad Abbas. 2 overs, none for 17 for the big man. It's played into the offside. Third man won't be able to prevent the 2. He was actually more at backward point. Brad McGrath, the Australia international bowler, into the attack now. First ball Dispatched nicely by Monty Kulkarni for the boundary. McGrath comes in against Kulkarni. And it just gets in enough. A little bit of that in-swing. Kulkarni cleared his legs to make room there. Moved across his stumps. Ends up being cleaned up by the big Australia international. First wicket of the Paddies innings. He batted well there, Monty Kulkarni. But he has to depart for 20 off 13 deliveries. Score 55 after 5.3 overs. Big Brad McGrath has the first wicket for the Spider Monkeys. Bounced back after going for 6 of his first 2 deliveries. How can Paddies respond now? I think it's Pushpinder Singh Jasal coming out at number 3. Another crucial batsman for the Paddies. This is the big 2 for them, really. They need both of these batsmen to retire with 50s if they're going to stand a realistic chance of winning this game. The battle of the Sydney sides trying to reach the quarter-final of the World Championships. Over in the other game, Afghan Warriors have started very quickly against the Western Swingers. Another round of 16 game at the main field. $19 for the Warriors after 1.3 overs. But here, Paddies are trying to chase down a huge victory target of 210 against the Spider Monkeys. They started well, 5.3 overs and 55 runs off the 28 deliveries so far. McGrath comes in, fresh off a wicket. Pushpinder Singh Jasal hits that out to cover for a single. One ball left of the 6th over. So we look at Pushpinder's average of 61 from 191 innings. Amazing stuff there. Big hit down towards long off. The fielder's coming round. Can't get there. Goes through for a 4, I believe. Yes, signalled 4. Picked the gap beautifully there. The long off is very wide. He's almost at extra cover. Brings a positive end to the over for the Paddies. So now they're 6 overs. 60 for 1. They're still in this. They need 10.5 across the whole innings and over to win. They're currently on 10 and over. Required run rate now 10.7. 150 needed off 70 balls. If Vivek Nandigam can get to his retirement quickly, they've still got every chance here with freedom for the rest of the batsmen to come in and really have a go. But it really relies on these 2 batsmen getting through to 50. Pushpinder Singh Jasal, though, just on 1 not out at the moment. He's still early in his innings, but you sense that if there's any chance for these Paddies players to overcome this big victory target, it's going to be up to those 2 out there. And he was saying back into the attack. A big appeal there. He was very confident. Not given by the umpire. It's the 3rd over now for Adil Hussain. Can he pick up a wicket? The tall English bowler. Vivek Nandigam on strike, 38 off just 18 balls so far. Big swing there. So 2 dots in a row. There was an appeal there. Vivek Nandigam not happy at all with that decision, but he's got to go. He's got to take the umpiring decision. He feels he didn't hit it. There was a strangled appeal, slightly stronger from the bowler. Must have heard something, and it was enough for the umpire to give it. Despondent Vivek Nandigam trudges off, caught behind off Ziad Abbas. By Ziad Abbas, apologies, off the bowling of Adil Hussain. It was a fine innings from Vivek Nandigam, 38 runs from 19 deliveries, 2 4s, 3 6s. They needed him to get through to 50 there to have a good chance, Paddies. Sadly for them, his innings comes to an end. With the score at 61, second wicket falls for the Paddies. Abhishek Sharma now going out to bat. Another representative player, having played for the India World Cup Masters team in Barbados earlier this year. Adil Hussain picks up his first wicket of the innings there. He's got good figures so far, 1 for 13 from his 12 deliveries. Abhishek Sharma to face first delivery. Adil Hussain comes in. Outside off stump, excellent ball. Seams back in a bit, playing a miss from Sharma. Tight bowling here from Adil Hussain. Really leading from the front. One ball remaining in the 7th over. Apologies. 2 balls remaining in the 7th over. Another player and a miss from Sharma. Excellent bowling from Adil Hussain. It's been a brilliant over so far from Adil Hussain. Leg by first up, then the wicket caught behind, followed up by 2 dot balls. Could we see a wicket maiden here from Adil Hussain? 1 ball left in the over. Comes up, Sharma on strike. Hits it down, it won't be a wicket maiden. Could be 2 there. Long off coming round quickly, they'll only have the single. It's brilliant over there from Hussain. His figures now 1 for 14 off 3 overs. Excellent spell from the tall English bowler. Let's have a look over at the other round of 16 game. Afghan Warriors started very positively, chasing the Western Swingers' victory target of 193. They're already on 30 for no loss after 3.3 overs. Require 163 from 82 balls in that game. Here, the Paddies need 148 from 65 balls. Required run rate now creeping up over 11 and over. So a bit of pressure building after that exceptionally tight over from the Paddies. From Adil Hussain. And the Paddies need to bounce back. Brad McGrath back into the attack. He took a wicket in his first over. Can he get another one here? McGrath outside off, hit down the ground, long off coming round. It's just going to be a single there. They need another big over here, the Paddies, to recover from the devastating loss of Vivek Nandigam, who had to depart for 38 off 19 balls, caught behind off the bowling of Adil Hussain. McGrath comes in again, Pushpinder Singh to sell, pushes that out to long off for another single. Only 3 balls faced by Pushpinder so far. Abhishek Sharma's only faced 4. So 2 new batsmen at the crease and a lot of pressure on them. Brad McGrath in, played down towards fine leg. Excellent shot there from Abhishek Sharma off his legs. Saw the vacant fine leg region and just ran away for a much needed boundary to get him going. He moves on to 6 off 5 deliveries. So much pressure to keep hitting the boundaries and the occasional maximum here. Vivek Nandigam hit 3 sixes in his good innings, opening the batting, but Spider Monkeys hit 15 across their innings. So a lot of pressure on the Paddies here to get going. Brad McGrath comes in again. Pushpinder Singh Desal gets hold of that one, but not quite enough. Goes down the throat of long on. Another major blow for the Paddies there, and a big, big wicket. Brad McGrath picks up his second. Abhishek Sharma has to depart. Caught for 6. Of just 6 deliveries. Adil Hussain out there, calm under pressure in the deep. McGrath picks up his second. Just a risk here. No time for the batsmen to get themselves in. Chasing such a massive total. Scores now 68 for 3 after 7.4 overs. The Paddies innings beginning to hit a bit of a roadblock here If we look at the last 9 deliveries, 2 wickets and 8 runs. Very tough with such a high required run rate. Paddies Sundaresh comes to the crease now. He bowled well earlier, picking up 2 wickets for 23. A good spell that helped to some extent limit the Spider Monkey's damage. Joins Pushpinder Singh Jasal out there. Can he turn the tide for the Paddies? Brad McGrath will be sensing blood here. He's got 2 wickets already. Last ball of his second over. Approaching the end of the 8th over, Brad McGrath comes in, ball swings in, played nicely off his legs there by Sundaresh, down towards the fine leg region. They'll be able to come back for 2, so that's a solid start there from Sundaresh. 2 off his first delivery. Brings an end to the 8th over with the score at 70 for 3. If we just look at Sundaresh's figures with the bat, he averages 30 and a strike at 165. He's got 8 50s. They're going to need him to score a 50 out there today if they're going to be in this match. Required run rate inching up now to 11.7 and over. 140 runs required from 60 balls. We look at the other game now. Afghan Warriors continuing their charge. 50 for none after 5 overs. Going exceptionally well against Western Swingers, the Australia champions. Chasing 193 to win over there at Runaway Bay. Another cup round of 16 match. New bowler is Hammud, a true LMS legend. I've talked him up enough already. One of the most popular men in LMS, a true gentleman. Bowling his first over and just a single. Wonderful hairstyle these days, finally growing out his hair. That's not a wig, that's his real hair. Terrific to see. Second ball of his first over, Hammud comes in, played into the offside by Paddies Sundaresh. It's just going to be a single there. Strong start by Hammud, one of the true LMS originals. Bowler comes in again, wide outside off stump. That's going to be 2 wide, so that's a freebie. Hammud comes in once again. Better delivery there. Nice lines. Again, just a single to the offside. Hammud comes in once again on the stumps that time. Lovely shot into the offside by Paddies Sundaresh. Excellent shot there. Pierces the gap between the 2 fielders on the boundary. And a much needed 4. Again for Sundaresh, second of his innings. Apologies, first of his innings. Moves on to 7 off 3. Down the other end, Pushpinder has only faced 6 balls. He's on 5, the number 3 batsman. Last ball of Hammud's first over. Outside off stump, the batsman goes across. Was going to try and play the scoop, didn't come off. So dot ball to end the 9th over. 78 for 3, the Paddies. They need 132 from just 55 balls. The required run rate up to 12 now. The innings started well with Vivek Nandigam's 38 and Monty Kulkarni's 20. But the quick runs started to dry up. It's looking incredibly difficult from here, but they've got to keep believing. Next bowler. We're going to see the first bit of action in this game. from Reece Longbottom's replacement player. As we said yesterday, the LMS Australia International, Reece Longbottom, unfortunately pulled his hamstring, or tore his hamstring even. So he's out for the rest of the tournament, which is a hammer blow to the Spider Monkeys. A slight pause in proceedings before the new bowler comes on. Clouding over a bit here in the Gold Coast. Bit of respite from the heat that we've had the last few days. At least the forecast is looking very positive for the next few days. So hopefully there'll be no further rain interruptions. Again, a big shout out to Mudgeeraba Narang Cricket Club and Runaway Bay Cricket Club and the ground staff and everyone at the club for the exceptional work that they've done on keeping these grounds in play despite all the rain from a few days ago. Over 60 millimetres fell in one day here in the Gold Coast on Tuesday. So in fact, Dave Winston will be bowling, not the substitute player. So Winston to bowl his second over here. Pushpinder Singh Jasal on strike. He got a bit of tap in his first over, Winston. Went for 18, so he'll be looking to bounce back here. Winston comes in, right arm over the wicket, wide outside off stump. And that's okay for the umpire, so dot ball to start. 2 dots in a row now. Winston comes in again, looking for his first wicket of the game. Good bowling. Ball hit out to deep cover. Just a single there. The runs need to come from somewhere now for the Paddies. Pressure building. That is Sundaresh on strike now. Winston, the bowler, outside off. Lovely cut shot there from Sundaresh. Fielder will come round though. They should be able to get 2. Goes to the keeper's end. A bit slow the running there from the non-striker Pushpinder Singh Jasal. I don't think he was expecting the 2, but they've really got to push the 2s. We saw that early in the Spider Monkeys innings where they really pushed the first ones hard, Adil Hussain and James Schoeffer, and they turned a bunch of 1s into 2s, and that's exactly what Paddies need to do here. They need the urgency. That's hit down the ground. Long off will come round. Good pick up in the deep. Just a single there. 9.4 overs. 82 for 3. This last ball of the 10th over in the halfway point before we'll switch ends. A reminder that in last man stands cricket, 10 overs are bowled from each end at a time. So last delivery from the far end here. Dave Winston, can he pick up his first wicket? He can't. It's belted to the leg side. That's a 4 there. Just waiting for the umpire's confirmation, but a nice hit from Pushpinder Singh Jasal to move to 10. A boundary to get Paddies to the halfway point. They're going at 8.6 and over, but they need over 12 and over now. 124 runs are needed off the second 10 overs if they're going to chase this massive total down from the Spider Monkeys. Pushpinder Singh Jasal is unbeaten on 10. Adis Sundaresh also unbeaten on 10. Dave Winston completes his second over, far tighter over than his first. He's got none for 26 of his 2 so far. 10 overs to go. Can Paddies spring a huge surprise and chase down this big total? Everything's played for with a quarter-final spot up for grabs against Santon Royals, the South African favourites for the tournament. That will take place tomorrow as we see Mohammed Hammud coming back into the attack. Afghan Warriors in the other round of 16 game. Well and truly on the charge against the Western Swingers. Western Swingers with a decent total, 192 for 6 in their 20 overs. But the Warriors, led by Ahmad Javid's 24 ball 52, featuring 2 6s and 5 4s. He's just retired. The other opener, Mohib Hashimi, 31 off 17 balls. They're now 83 after just 7.2 overs. So racing towards their victory target there, which would be a huge surprise with the Australia champions and Sydney champions going out to Afghan Warriors. They're on the charge. Over in this game, Paddies have it all to do. They need 124 runs from this 10 overs, the second 10 overs, to spring a huge surprise and beat the Spider Monkeys. It's looking a long way at the moment as Mohamed Hammud comes back onto bowl again, down the wicket, and that is a spectacular catch there from Mohamed Hammud. One-handed, over his head. Adis Sundaresh thought that he would have cleared the bowler. Hammud stuck up one arm, just plucked it out of thin air. The LMS legend, Mohamed Hammud, with a terrific caught and bowled, and that's one for the tournament highlights reel, that's for sure. Excellent work by the veteran bowler. Brings about the 4th wicket of the Paddies innings. 86 for 4 now. Unlucky Adit Sundaresh. Sundaresh has to depart there. 10 runs off just 7 deliveries. He wouldn't have expected that when he hit it. Well played, Mohamed Hammud. So a bit of a pause as the new batsman comes out. So 10.1 overs here. 86 for 4. The new batsman, Rakesh Jampala, the left-hander. He needs no introduction to a lot of you out there. The Australia World Cup Masters team captain, one of the 2 teams that went to Barbados representing Australia back in February. Veteran in multiple tournaments, terrific wicket-keeper, real LMS ambassador, Rakesh Jampala, and terrific to see him out there batting now for Paddies. Big job for him to do. Two Sydney legends up against each other here. Rakesh Jampala gets it out the screws first up. Hammud. If we just have a look at Jampala's stats here, average of 44 over 9,000 LMS runs. It's a quality cricketer. Paddies are going to need all of that quality if they're going to overhaul this victory target. Pushpinder Singh, the number 3 batsman, is on 10 not out, but he's seen the number 4 and 5 depart now with Sharma and Sundaresh both in the sheds. It's a wide there from Hammud, a bit of a freebie for the Paddies, a much needed freebie. Can Mohamed Hammud pick up a 2nd wicket here for the Spider Monkeys? They're sensing blood. 4 wickets down for the Paddies. 88 on the board. Hammud comes in on the pads. Pushpinder Singh tries to pick out the gap on the boundary. A dive by Brad McGrath, the big man in the deep. Manages to keep the score to 2 and save 2 runs. Good fielding from Brad. Hammud with 2 deliveries left of his 2nd over. He's got 1 for 12 so far. Comes in. Full toss there. Pushpinder Singh plays it to the leg side, but that's going to go straight to square leg. Well fielded and a good flat arm in. Moves on to 14. The leg spinning all-rounder. 1 ball left in the 11th over. Score is 91 for 4. Required run rate now creeping up to almost 13 and over. Hammud comes in, to Jampala. Big edge from Jampala. Good take there from Ziad Abbas, who was standing up to the stumps. Thick edge. Took it very well. Alert reflexes there from Ziad Abbas. Brings an end to Jampala's innings for 1. And the 5th wicket down for the Paddies now. 91 for 5 after 11 overs. Things slipping away for the Sydney side from the Hills District. In this battle of the Sydney Titans. They started well, the Paddies, but then it got away from them with some of the big hitting in the middle overs for Spiders, followed up by a home run at the end. Left them with a massive victory target of 210. They're struggling in reply now, 91 for 5 after 11 overs. So we just have a look over at the Afghan Warriors versus Western Swingers round of 16 game. The Australia champions up against the Afghan Warriors, who are still continuing to go well. Mahib Hashimi, now 45 off 22 balls. But Sadaka Senathapile did get the number 3 batsman, Anwar Hashimi, out for a golden duck. So they're fighting back there, the Western Swingers. Afghan Warriors still looking pretty good, though, at 99 for 1. Over in this match at Mudgee. Scores 91 for 5 after 11. 45 balls left, 119 runs to win. The required run rate now up over 13 and over, so a tough ask for Paddies. Swung across to the leg side there by Pushpinder Singh Jasal. It's just going to be a single. Moves him on to 15. Total on to 92. New batsman joining Pushpinder at the crease is Taran Matana. Had an excellent spell of bowling earlier. In amongst all the Spider Monkeys' damage, his 4 overs only went for 19 runs and he picked up a wicket. So we just watched Brad McGrath come in again here for the Spider Monkeys. That ball's bunted out to the covers for Taran Matana to get off the mark with this first delivery. If we just have a look at Matana's stats here, he averages 24, strike rate 140. He's got 350s. He's going to have to get another one here for Paddies to have a chance of unlikely success. McGrath comes in. Pushpinder hits it down the ground, doesn't quite get hold of it. Mohammed Hammud's going to do some tidy fielding at long on, returns it in. It's good tight stuff here from the Spider Monkeys. Paddy's chances slowly eking away with every single and every wicket that falls. But have they got something up their sleeve yet? Taran Matana up against LMS Australia International. Brad McGrath played out into the offside. It's just going to be another single. Think about coming back for 2, but just the one there. 1 ball left of Brad McGrath's 3rd over. He's picked up 2 wickets already. Can he pick up a 3rd? McGrath comes in, right arm over the wicket. Side off stump, hit well there between cover and long off, but Adil Hussain comes round quickly, and some good fielding there just to save the boundary, restrict it to 1. Pushpinder Singh Jasal moves on to 17, not out. Taran Matana, the new batsman, on 2. Brad McGrath's 3rd over completed. He now has 2 for 24. Dave Winston has bowled 2 overs, as has Ziad Abbas. Adil Hussain 3 overs, 1 for 14. And Mohammed Hammud has also taken 2 wickets for 13 runs, and he'll be on to bowl his 3rd over now. .40 balls left in this match now. 114 runs needed for victory. Only 3 wickets left. It's a tough ask for the Paddies. Mohammed Hammud comes in on the pads there. Pushpinder Singh Jasal chased it well. Hits it behind square. Has he got enough on it? Yes, he has. That's gone all the way to the boundary. Well played by Pushpinder. He moves to 21 off 16 balls. It's all on him now. He needs support from the other end, but they need Pushpinder Singh Jasal to stay in there and keep hitting it if they're going to have any chance here, the Paddies. They're almost halfway there. They're 100 for 5 wickets, but they face 12 overs. They're not fully out of this yet, but they're needing over 14 runs and over now. Real tough ask, especially with only 3 wickets left. Mohammad Hammud, who's already taken an absolute ripping catch, caught and bowled return catch, comes in. Can he get a 3rd wicket? That's wide outside off stump. The umpire doesn't like it. That's a wide. Another freebie for the Paddies. Move on to 101. Keeping an eye on the other game as well. The other Sydney side trying to fight back against this Afghan Warriors onslaught. The Western swingers. Let's just see Hammud's ball first. It's gone high in the air. Has he got enough on it? I'm not sure he has. Yes, he has. It's gone 2 yards over the fence. A much-needed 6 there for Paddies. Well hit by Pushpinder Singh Jasal. Hits his first maximum to go with his 2 4s, and he moves on to 28 off 18 balls. Pushpinder Singh Jasal on the charge. Pressure on Mohammad Hammud here. He's got 3 balls left in his over. This over's gone for 11 so far. He comes in again. Big swing from Pushpinder Singh Jasal. Goes through for a dot ball. Bit of relief there for the bowler Hammud. And he'll be bowling instead to Taran Matana. Looking to take his 3rd wicket, Hammud. .3 overs, 108 for 5. Good Paddies still overhaul this massive total. Matana on strike. Plays that down the ground nicely. It's going to go to long on. Brad McGrath coming in. They're going to come back for 2. Excellent running there from the Paddies. Matana moves on to 4. Total moves on to 110. Exactly 100 runs required from 36 balls. Spider Monkeys strong favourites here, but there's still a chance for the Paddies. Adil Hussain comes in quickly, just a single there. Taran Matana, 5 not out. Pushpinder Singh Jasal, 28 not out. 13th over completed. Mohammad Hammud now has figures of 2 for 27 from his 3 overs. 111 for 5. The old Nelson out there for the Paddies. They need 99 to win. They've only got 35 balls to do it. Required run rate up to 14.1 now. There's a decent over for them there. Above what they needed, or actually pretty much bang on what they needed, but that shows the enormity of the task ahead of them. Next over, Big Ziad Abbas into the attack, the captain of the Spider Monkeys. Single off his first ball brings Pushpinder Singh Jasal on strike. Matana moves on to 6. Abbas looking to get through his over quickly. Delayed by Pushpinder. Adjusting his gloves. Abbas to Jasal. Hit beautifully into the covers, but the fielder will come round and it'll only be a single. Where are the runs going to come from here for the Paddies? Still need 97 of them to win. Abbas comes in once again. Just nudged into the offside there by Matana for a single. 2 balls left of the 14th over. Scores 114 for 5. Reminder that the quarterfinals of this World Championship will be held tomorrow on Saturday, with finals day on Sunday the 15th of December. The semis and the final taking place on Sunday. Got some terrific action up ahead for us. But here in this clash of the Sydney teams, Spider Monkeys on top. Abbas comes in. Pushpinder with a big swing there. Doesn't connect. Goes through to the keeper for a dot ball. Another hammer blow to the required run rate. And Paddy's chances. The runs required per over now up to over 15. 96 needed from 31 balls. as Abbas comes in to complete his third over. Well played by Pushpinder Singh into the vacant fine leg region. They should be able to get 3 there. Fielder comes round quickly. Good flat arm in, but it is 3. Well run by the Paddies. Pushpinder moves on to 32 off 22 balls. Score 117 for 5 after 14. Means the equation is 93 needed from 30 balls now for the Paddies. Very tough ask. We look over at the other game. Sadaka Sanathapile has got another Afghan Warriors player out for a golden duck. Both openers have retired though. 52 off 24 for Ahmad Javeed. Mohamed Hashimi, 54 off 26. So the Afghan Warriors still in a very strong position. 117 for 2 after only 12 overs. So they need required run rate 9.5 to knock out the Australia champions, Western Swingers, who posted 192. The Afghan Warriors looking in a strong position to cause a real upset over there at Runaway Bay. Here in the clash of the Sydney teams, Spider Monkeys well on top. We've got 6 overs to go after their devastating performance with the bat, hitting 15 maximums in a total of 209. They've now taken 5 Paddies wickets. Paddies struggling at 117 for 5, although they've still got Pushpinder Singh out there. As long as he stays out there, they've got a chance. 32 off 22 balls for him. He's already hit a 6. He's going to have to hit plenty more if they're going to overhaul this victory target. Mohammed Hammud coming into the attack, the LMS legend, to complete his 4-over spell. He's got 2 wickets already, including a spectacular caught and bowled. Can he get a 3rd wicket? Mood comes in, right arm over the wicket, on the money. Pushpinder can't connect with it. Another dot ball increases the pressure. Required run rate up to over 16 and over now. Hammud comes in, 2nd delivery of his final over. Outside off stump. Ball goes high up in the air. Hammud watching it. It's going to fall safe, I think, and it does. Couldn't quite get there in time, and Pushpinder survives. Hammud almost gets his 3rd wicket, but instead it's a quickly run 2 by Taran Matana and Pushpinder Singh. The urgency really showing for Pushpinder there, really having a big swing at everything. They need 6s if they're going to have a chance here, and he knows that. He's connected with that one. It's gone out to the offside. Forward dive. That looked painful for the player out there in the deep. He's got up. Who was that? Mohammed Sheik, I think. Almost a chance. He had to dive forward. It hit him nastily, but he seems to be okay. 2 balls left of Mohammed Hammud's spell. He's got 2 wickets, 30 runs. Paddies require 90 off just 27 deliveries. And that's another dot ball to only increase the pressure. It's a good over here from Mohammed Hammud. 1 ball left of his 4-over spell. He's got 2 for 30. Hammud comes in. Finishes spell. Down the ground, this could be another wicket. Brad McGrath comes in, safely pouched. That's a 3rd wicket for Mohammed Hammud to end a fine spell for him. 4 overs, 3 for 30. Brad McGrath's never going to drop those at straight long on. Brings an end to Taran Matana's innings. 6th wicket of the Paddies innings. 120 for 6, 5 overs to go. 90 runs required at a required run rate of 18 and over. If we just have a look down the scorecard for the Paddies, started pretty well with 38 and 20 at the top for the openers, Nandigam and Kulkarni. Pushpinder Singh still out there on 35, not out. He's the key. Not much contributions from the rest of the batting order. They're drifting away here. Disappointing to see from the perspective of one of Sydney's great teams and the former semi-finalist from the last World Championships here in Australia in 2019. But Paddies may be exiting this tournament at the round of 16 stage. Almost 4 runs required per ball now. 25 deliveries, 5 overs left. 90 runs are needed. Well bowled, Mohammad Hammud. A 3-for for him. He'll be delighted with that. Going to see a new bowler here. Substitute player for the Spider Monkeys. As we said earlier, devastating loss of Reece Longbottom to a hamstring injury yesterday. Serious all-round player, Reece Longbottom, so that's a massive blow to their chances in this tournament. Just look around at the field settings. There's a wide long off, a very straight long on. Deep cover. Deep point. Backward square leg and deep mid wicket. Bowler comes in. Slingy. Left arm over the wicket. Adil Hussain will be doing the fielding. Pushpinder moves on to 36, not out, from 26 deliveries. Second ball of the 16th over. Beautiful ball on the money. Drops just short of the fielder at extra cover. Amit Kapoor, the new batsman, getting off the mark there. Not even appeal for the bowler. He knew that it was pitching outside leg stump there. It's a leg by. Good delivery though. Just have a look at the other game. Afghan Warriors doing all they can to try and get their retired batsman back in. It seems all the rest of the order having a big swing against the Western Swingers, the Australia champs, as the Afghan Warriors look to try and spring a massive upset there. They're chasing 193 to knock out the Australia champions. Currently on 125 after 13.1 overs, but they've lost 4 wickets. But 1 more wicket brings back in the retirees, the 2 at the top of the order, Javeed and Hashimi, both retiring, rapid 50s for them, so they could be back in soon, which will turn the tide back in their favour. Required run rate to win for the Afghan Warriors, 10 and over in the other round of 16 game currently happening. Here, Spider Monkeys coasting towards victory against the Paddies, their fellow Sydney team. Pushpinder, 36 from 27 balls. New batsman Amit Kapoor, the number 8 batsman for the Paddies. 3 off 3 deliveries. This is the last pair out there. Tidy over there. This goes for 4 runs. Means that there's now 21 required and over from the last 4 overs. Almost getting beyond the realms of possibility here. Mohammed Sheik's going to have a bowl. First over. Not much pressure on him at this stage. Comes in right arm over the wicket. Pushpinder bunts the ball back to the bowler. That's high up in the air. Goes down to Brad McGrath. Watches it well. Scoops it tidily. That was a very solid take there from Brad McGrath at long on again. Ahmed Sheik with his second wicket. Maybe saying Adil Hussain bowling, but it certainly isn't. It's a glitch in the stats there, so that's definitely Mohammed Sheik bowling there. Brings an end to a good innings from Pushpinder Singh to Sal. 36 off 29 balls. Just tapped into the offside. A reminder that Amit Kapoor is now the last man standing, which means he can only hit boundaries or twos. That's gone up in the air. It could be a second wicket here for Sheik. Adil Hussain takes it cleanly, and that's a good over there. Brings an end to the Paddies innings. The 8th wicket goes down. They've been bowled out for 125. A comprehensive win for the Spider Monkeys, triumphing by 84 runs here in the Battle of the Sydney teams in the round of 16. Spider Monkeys will advance through to the quarter-finals, where I believe they'll be taking on the South African favourites, Sanson Royals. Excellent all-round effort from the Spider Monkeys. First up with 209 with the bat. They blasted 15 sixes, and that completes the innings. Paddies